Well, Macomb has been waiting for today for more than 5 years, all for a chance to unveil the world's largest Monopoly board called Macombopoly.
Lizzie McGee, who was the inventor of the landlord's game, which later became Monopoly, was born in Macomb. At News Since 5, WGEM's Dylan Smith talked with a relative. And Dylan, I'm sure it means a lot to her family.
Well, Daniel and Raj, it wasn't until about a year ago when Lizzie's great-great-grandniece found out about Macombopoly here in Macomb. Now, the catch is Macombopoly turns a traditional Monopoly board into the Macomb Square, and you are the game piece. It's a day long in the making for Macomb, and a few hundred came out to experience it. The unveiling of the world's largest Monopoly board. Like traditional Monopoly, you roll the dice and move around the board, or in this case, downtown Macomb. You can win prizes along the way, like coupons for local businesses, or you can take a selfie in jail.
Lizzie was, a bit of a trailblazer.
And who better to cut the ribbon than a family member of the game's inventor?
What's important, I think, that she gets the credit for what she's done, and she's recognized for being a woman ahead of her time.
Lizzie McGee's great-great-grandniece, Erin Anderson, was researching her family tree at the same time as the chair of the Macomb Area Convention and Visitors Bureau's Lizzie Committee.
At that point, I made a connection through a text message, and she was indeed the Erin Anderson I was looking for.
That led Anderson to research her great-great-aunt even more. Almost 1 year later, on Lizzie's birthday, Erin is at her great-aunt's old stomping grounds.
It wasn't talked about a lot in my family. My grandma knew a bit because my grandma's grandma was Lizzie's sister.
But the effects of Macombopoly go far beyond honoring a Macomb legend. Illinois' Deputy Director of Tourism says the land of Lincoln saw 111 million visitors last year.
If you look in breaking that down, about 54 million of those visitors went to Chicago. So that's over 61 million visitors that are traveling to the rest of the state.
And that number could go up in smaller communities, but it doesn't stop there. The organizer of the Macombopoly project, Jock Headblade, says the next year is just the beginning for the game. Enhanced AI and more game pieces could be on the way sooner than you think.
It's remarkable that, back in 1903, when this was invented, nobody could have guessed that today would be standing here doing something like this 120 years later.
Macombopoly, of course, is a 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year attraction. Live in Macomb, Dylan Smith, WGEM News.
All right, thank you, Dylan. And Anderson traveled from Utah to be part of the ceremony today.